Welcome back to Sportsbook Review Videos. I'm Jordan Sharp, and it is once again time for the Sharp and Swinger NFL Picks Battle. We've already given you our two plays on spreads this week. Make sure you check out that video as well. On the season, I'm 7-2-1. The Swinger is 7-5, and we are trying to nail these totals. Last week, I pushed mine. Swinger actually hit on his. So what do you got for us, Swinger, on this week? Can you hit two totals in a row?
Nothing sweeter than a repeater, my brother. That's right. Total this week is in that Broncos-Raiders game. And, at first blush, I thought of the improved Broncos defense against the Raiders of all teams and said to myself, well, this might be on the low side. But we have to push our preconceived notions aside if we're going to make any money in the here and now. And I got a news flash for you. The Raiders are pretty decent offensively now. They're actually tied with Denver. I think they are tied for the 11th ranked offense in the league. They average 24.2 points per game. And that offensive line has done a pretty decent job protecting Derek Carr. Now, hey, look, I completely get the fact that Denver has been absolute sack masters. They lead the league with 18 on the season. But I don't mind that. And I'll tell you a couple of reasons why I don't mind that is because if they do sack Derek Carr, they might be able to sack him in his own end, and that's good for Denver getting the ball back. But you know what? The more blitz packages they put together, the more space Amari Cooper has to roam. And I'll tell you, this is developing into that one of those connections, like A.J. Dalton to Green. It's just one of those things where you see it. Brady to Edelman. These guys are developing some real chemistry. A few stats to consider here. Over is 6-1 in the Raiders' last 7 overall. Over is 7-1 in the Raiders' last 8 games after allowing more than 350 total yards in their previous game. Over is 5-1 in the Raiders' last 6 after allowing more than 250 passing yards in their previous game. 7-0 in the Raiders' last 7 versus the AFC. Over is 5-0 in the Broncos' last 5 games in Week 5. All the moon, the stars are lining up saying go over 43 and a hook in this one.
I saw this line, and then I looked and saw that you were playing it, and it just did not surprise me one bit because I completely agree with you. Once again, I know we're supposed to disagree a little bit on this one, but I can't help it this week. I absolutely agree with you. That Raiders offense through 4 weeks has looked pretty good, and for some reason we're still discounting them here. And at 43 and a half, 43 even, depending on what you're getting here, I think Denver's offense, is slowly getting things together. I think they're finally realizing they need to just dump C.J. Anderson because Ronnie Hillman's just been way better in that Kubiak running game. I think they'll have no problem scoring on the Raiders. And even though that Denver defense is daunting, this game is in Oakland. And you got another guy I think you forgot to mention that's been crucial for the Raiders this year, and Latavius Murray. Side note, if you try to text Latavius Murray on an iPhone, Latavius will autocorrect to laxatives. Make sure you double check that if you're talking about Latavius Murray with one of your buddies, which I was at one point. But he's pretty damn good too, and he's definitely not anywhere close to a laxative. He I think will have a big impact on this game if he's healthy. Obviously, the Denver run defense is really good, but I think you're definitely the Raiders are definitely good for at least 17, maybe even 20 points in this game. And if that's the case, easy money on the over here in this one. Completely agree with you. I am going with an overplay as well. I'm going with the Falcons, though. However, playing host to the Washington Redskins, one of the earlier games in this one. Newsflash: the Atlanta Falcons are really good. I don't think anyone expected that they were going to be this good. They're like the Hawks last year. Everyone thought they'd be okay, but they're definitely a lot better than what anyone projected here. And they have scored 87 points over the last 2 weeks and averaging about 34 per game through 4 weeks. This offense is for real. Devontae Freeman looks like a monster. Where did he come from? Look, they were going in with the season thinking their rookie would be their lead back. He gets hurt. Devontae Freeman goes for 6 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks. And against that Washington secondary, I don't think things are going to change this week. Washington's secondary has not been great. Their run defense is extremely good. So Freeman probably not going to go for 3 touchdowns this week. But Matt Ryan and Julio Jones and Roddy White and Leonard Hankerson and all of these guys, I think are going to feast at home in the Georgia Dome against this Redskins secondary. Redskins have given up about 280 passing yards per game over their last 2 weeks and about 5 touchdowns through the air. I just can't see their secondary holding up against Matt Ryan and Julio Jones in this one. They have so many ways to move the ball. Freeman also a really good pass catcher, so they can find ways to get him the ball if he's not having success in the running game. And the Redskins offense, I think, has a chance here to be pretty good. I'm not sure on this, but I'm double check as well. I think Deshaun Jackson has a chance to come back this week for the Redskins. I think that's going to add a lot to their offense, especially because they could be without Jordan Reed. So with that run game that Washington has, I think they'll be able to run the ball in Atlanta a little bit. I think they'll be able to score at least 17 or so points, 17, 20 points like the Raiders in this one. I think as long as these underdogs come through for us here, Swinger, think over 48 is the play here with Falcons and Redskins. What do you think on that one?
Yeah, and I say bingo, 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 because we know that Matty Ice is finally living up to his billing, and we know that the Falcons are scoring in bunches. But another thing to consider, actually, two other things to consider, is that the Atlanta Falcons have given up a lot of points. I mean, they gave up 24 to Philly, they gave up 20 to the Giants, 28 to Dallas, and 21 to Houston, Ryan Mallett, the Houston Texans. So they're not, exactly a stout defense. Look at Washington. I mean, Washington has been averaging about 23 points a game over the last 3 weeks. So you've got to figure, I mean, are the Falcons any better than the Philadelphia, the Giants, or the St. Louis defense? I say nay. And you know what? That means that if Washington's going to put up, 20 to 24 points, what do you think the Falcons are going to? I think this is a terrific play. I really do. Like it a lot.
I saw this total that it opened at 47.5, and I'm like, that's going to be 50 points by the time we hit Sunday, and it's only gone up a half point. I'm amazed that it's still sitting at 48, guys. So
yeah, but you know what?
For sure.
You know what though? When it hits 50, it ain't going to matter.
Yeah, even if it does get to 50 points, probably still going to be a pretty good play as well. The Falcons' offense is just on fire, and I do not see the Redskins' defense stopping them. But that'll do it for us this time. Make sure you check out, like I said, our plays on our 2 best bets on the spreads this week as well. Over 48 between the Falcons and the Redskins is my play on the totals here. Over 43 between the Broncos and the Raiders is Swinger's pick. But for Swinging Johnson, I'm Jordan Sharp. Best of luck to you here this week on all of your NFL picks.